Oi, oi. How's it going? So, today is Saturday the 14th of November 2020. So, just going to do another live stream of Training of the Markets. So, what's the time now? So, we've got just coming up to 1 o'clock. 10 minutes to the off on this one. So, on the weekends or Saturdays at least, I think Sundays as well, there's going to be more races than in the week, so there is more opportunity to trade, but also means more opportunity to make money, but also more opportunity to lose money. So just keep your wits about you. So let's have a look at what we got here. So you've got sixes. Yeah, so not great field. There's no clear favourite in this. So again, I'm just looking for trading at £2 stakes for now, just so I can get a feel for how the markets are. Just build up discipline in terms of cutting out early in terms of trades, and making sure I get the directional bias correct in terms of which direction to trade in. So it's a bit of an experiment for the first days, weeks, fuck it, might even be months, who knows. There's no deadline to this really, it's just to prove capability before leveling up. And leveling up will mean taking bigger stakes. So let me just stop yammering here and look at what's going on. So this one here has been drifting, this one's come in and it's found support. A funny thing as well, I've been saying in the other, I've always called it streaming when the price is coming in. But it's steaming, not streaming. There you go. Learn something new every day. So I've been saying that. If you've seen any of the earlier videos, I've said stream when the price is coming in, or being bearish if you're from the financial markets. The term is actually steam, not stream. Okay, but yeah. So here, yeah, drifter. This one's coming in. This one's coming in, finding support. These are two very similar. This one's just been very rangy, found support all the way. Just organise these just in case. Okay, so I've just reorganised those to see if there's any clearer favourite. This one's just broken, or has broken sixes. So that might find resistance off a 6. Not looking to jump in just yet, just trying to feel for a heartbeat with the market first of all before making any decisions. And we got 7 minutes to the off, so plenty of time. I'm not trying to rush anything here. So yeah, this has been a clear drifter. You can see here this has been the range of this the match prices on this so far. Similar types of range in terms of the tick distance on both of these selections, and they're both very similarly priced. So the reason I'm not trying to jump in on these anytime soon is because I want to jump on the back of a trend rather than trying to do a range trade, because with the trend it's just another edge, another factor that I have in my favor to say that the trade could go right, because once there's momentum of a trend, there is higher probability that it could continue with that. Whereas a box trade, where you're just trying to scalp between the upper edge, the resistance, and the lower edge, the support, things it's just not, the profit potential may not be as good. You don't know which way it could break. So yeah, those just things that I'm factoring. So yeah, it's just a bit of a waiting game, really. Not trying to be too expedient with my decisions, especially as the first trade of the day. Sometimes might just jump in a bit too early. Not been in the swinging things for a minute. Just going to take my time. But the good thing is there's lots of money in this market. Wow. So 5 minutes to the off and there's 150 grand matched. So yeah, that's pretty good. If you look, some of the ones I was trading in a week, it was like 25 grand, like with 5 minutes to the off. So there's definitely higher volume races at the end. So this is broken down. This is probably going to drift. See that movement occurred there. This might be looking ready to break support. Okay, I'm going to speculate a bit here. Well, everything's speculation in this game, but I've just put a tentative
This event will start
trade
in
there in the anticipation that this could move lower. I'm looking at this because this is at the upper edge of its range, meaning that it could break and move higher, thus pushing this lower. And there has been a general drift on this, and this looks like it's starting to potentially come in, but it is still finding a lot of support for this reason. That's why I've gone in relatively light on this trade. So only the minimum stake. I may add to it if I see some proof of it breaking that support and moving lower. But until that happens, just holding tight. It seems to have reversed on me. Again, finding resistance against the 6. So that's my reference point at the moment. This 6, it breaking that 6 and moving higher wouldn't be great. May look to exit at a bit of a loss if that happens. But yeah, I'm decent enough position on this. And again, my main goal with these at the moment is just to get out before the off. Just build up that discipline to have all trades exited before it goes to 0. Oh, this is not. Just looking for evidence here. That this could come back in. And there isn't any. I'm going to scratch this. Taking a bit of a loss. Just wary of the time as well. 3 minutes. So I'm re-entering this because this has started to drift. And if it drifts a bit more and money keeps coming in on this, I may re-enter at a bigger price, at a lower price. Yeah. So I'm seeing that out the corner of my eye, that continue to drift out. Thus, I have increased my position size here. And just going to attempt to lighten that position slightly. Two minutes to the off. That's not good. That's not helping this position. You can see on the chart it's hit resistance. And I hate these charts because you can't. It's good for showing the historical price, which is what I want to see, but just finessing what the most recent prices are, it's very tricky to read. So got matched on that. Still got a net position of 2 in there. 1 minute till the off.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Certainly looks like one I'm going to have to read up on. Just put in a tentative position there to hopefully get out at break even. but I'm more than willing to take a loss on this. And I've got my finger hovering over this so that I can drag it up. So I've got position on that, which is why I'm leaving that in there. Because it's all based on a queue system, so I've got relatively good position on that.
This event starts in 30 seconds.
But
in 30 seconds.
I am willing to drag this up so that it exits at market price. 20 seconds or so.
Ten seconds.
Still some good downward pressure. All right, that is it. So first trade of the day, loss 11p. Not breaking the bank. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot better. So just read up that. So this all cross all selections. It's a similar loss. It's 8 on this, but 11 on the others. And yeah, got out before the start, which is the main goal at the moment. And again, eventually going to look to up the stakes on this, but until I can see any consistency in terms of results, there is absolutely no point doing that. Because if you lose it with small money, you're going to lose it with big money. And as I've mentioned as well before, the market will definitely move differently when you're using smaller stakes than bigger. But, you know, that's by the by. Just for me, it's important just to get consistency with smaller stakes first and then graduate to bigger position sizes eventually. So let's see what's been going on. This has clearly been coming in very aggressively. As you can see, a big chunk of money there as well, which is pushing this down. This has been very flat, finding support, hitting resistance. So it's in a channel, like a box channel. Just going to reorganize these. This has kind of come in, this has gone out. So this has been steaming, not streaming, as I've been saying previously. Look at that big chunk of money there. So I'm just going to jump in front of that just to see. Because this money's come in, which is going to most likely push this down. This has been moving down already. So I'm kind of anticipating to jump on the back on that trend. It looked like it was genuine money as well, because when it was at the touch price, at the market price, it didn't move. Sometimes you'll see them, it's kind of, someone tries to spoof it by putting it at the touch or just putting it outside the money and then, you know, take it away all of a sudden. But because this was on the touch and stayed there, it gives me the inclination that they want to get matched on that. So that's going to push the price down. Of course, what aids that decision is something else drifting, moving out. Didn't really see that, so it's a bit sticky. It's a bit sticky at the moment. It's not moving as aggressively as we'd want. But yeah, oh, see, that money got taken and it just went through that resistance. So
this event will start in 5 minutes.
Bit of a knee-jerk reaction there after that happening. There's a tendency after it does that, it kind of has a tendency to revert to the mean and either, you know, just hang on. Let me just concentrate on this a sec. There's a lot of money. Looks like it's coming in there, but I'm just holding for the position for now. Just holding it for now. Could be to my detriment, but just not panicking just yet. Something for that to have gone out like that, something else would have come in quite aggressively, or a lot of things would have come in together at the same time. So just trying to see how to position myself. I've got 3 minutes to the off. Let's have a look. This is coming in. This is not going to help this. So just put a tentative closing trade there, just to weigh out the money, just you know, just in case it comes down. So this has started to drift a bit. This looks like it's drifting. This is at the top of its range, hitting resistance. So there could be some downward movement on this. No, this is still coming in. Still got 3 minutes, so there's a decent amount of time just to maneuver. That's the good thing about, you know, trading in 5 to 10 minutes before the off is, you know, there's going to be liquidity there. There's going to be money in the market to enter and exit positions, and there's still enough time to maneuver to either increase a profit if you can manage to do that, or manage a loss. Of course, as the time ticks down, there's less time to do that, so it becomes riskier, in my opinion, the nearer to the off that you have a position in. Now, this has persistently started to drift, running out of time as well. Just looking for signs of this. 2 minutes. Just going to bring this to break even. Know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. Oh, some persistent money coming in at the moment that looks serious, but there's nothing as of yet that is. This has started to drift, but really, to affect this dramatically, it would be this second favorite that I'd want to see drift. 1 minute coming up, 70 seconds.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Now, as people start to square off their positions, and there's going to be a lot more activity in here. Yeah. Again, time to cut losses. Would have probably got out there at the desired break even. But, come on, green up. Ugh, míos Dios, come on. There we go. So, yeah, would have probably got out there if I'd kept that in, but I didn't know what the market was going to do.
10 seconds.
So I decided to incur a relatively small loss rather than sit and hope, because hope is not a strategy. Hope will fuck you over again and again. So let's have a look. What's Twitch doing? I think it's working. All right. We're recording this anyway, so I'd just been testing this out, really, just recording these. It's really just to capture my train of thought, help my trading. If it helps other people, great. But for now, I'm just streaming on Twitch, uploading to YouTube. Probably gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna go around it. Maybe just stream to both at some point. So this one, 6 minutes to the off. This one has definitely come in. This one's drifted. This one has slightly come in. So be favouring to short this. Just don't want to jump on that too soon. Just want to get a feel for the market. even though I could see this coming in and see the price going down there, it's a bit too soon in my opinion just to make that decision. Just want to get a heartbeat. Certainly if this continues to persist down, there's going to be retraces in any case, so the price will pull back. It's just broken fours, which is of interest because it's crossover level. It's had a bit of a pullback, so I'm put a position in there. And this is at the top of its range, so that's going to be helpful if it keeps on busting higher. I would look to add to this position if I see signs of bullishness come back. Yeah, okay. Got 5 minutes to the off, added to my position. This continues to look like it's positioning. So I'm going slightly heavier on this one than the other ones. 4 minutes to the off. Still happy to hold the position. There we go. It's going to just take some of that money off the table, which gives me a bit more leeway in terms of a stop loss, and put in something a bit lower as well. Now the trick here is not to be too greedy. So I've got £4 here that I need to lay off. So we've had a breakout. As I was saying before, when something breaks a level, it has a tendency to come back and find resistance on it. So that's the pullback kind of phase, and then it goes on again to find new lows, new lower lows. So I'm just looking for signs that this move is going to continue, which mean money coming in on this side and this money coming in on this side, pushing this up. Or this, look, this one's moving up by the looks of it. It's out the corner of my eye. Now, I may look to thin this out a bit, just to protect capital. Let's just see what I'll go on. Just going to thin it out a bit. Bring this up here. And just be ready to take out the position. 2.5 minutes. Now, I was almost tempted to add to this position, but I thought it's a bit late in the day. And this is actually a mistake I made in yesterday's trade. So I'd already taken profit. I added to the position after the bigger move had happened, and that would result in a it's adding to the position like and it evaporated the profit because it meant my stop loss or my break even had come down to a lower level. So trying to learn from that and just not be as greedy. So this might get hit. I'm in the money at the moment. There we go. It's got hit. And last thing to do on this, 2 minutes see off. Not really looking to add to this position at all. Now the only thing is to green up. And greening up just means that I've got the same amount of potential profit across all outcomes. Bloody hell, I can't even speak today. So that means no matter which selection comes in, I make a profit. 37 on this one, 36 on that, 36 on that. So there's no need to watch that race, just move on to the next one. And at the weekends as well, the time between each of the races is very it's like every 5 minutes consistently, whereas in the week it might be every 10 minutes or 15 minutes. even half an hour late in the day. But yeah, there's there's quite a lot of races on a Saturday at least. Let me see what time they go through till today. Goes through to 8:30 today. Probably not going to trade that long. But yeah, okay. Let's see what we got now. So we've got the favourite here coming up, approaching twos. It's come in. We've got the second favourite drifting. The third favourite, if there is such a thing, drifting. Let me just reorder these just to see. So just things that I'm trying to pick up on the market. This is approaching fours, which is just a crossover point. Doesn't necessarily mean anything as of yet, but I'm just wary of that.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
5 minutes to the off. It's been yammering away here rather than concentrating. So let me think. This is going to come in. This is approaching fours, which means, okay, I'm going to do a tentative lay on this. So what I'm looking at is this is coming in. And this is just hit fours, which is going to be a support area, so it's psych level. And I've seen this persistently come in. So I could obviously get on the back of this. It'd probably be more profitable, to be honest. But I just didn't see a viable entry point. Wow, look at that. So just as I got that out. So this is approaching twos, so it's going to find support here or bust lower and continue with this trend. So it's retracing off of the 2, which is that support area. So it's psych level. Psych as in psychological level. For some reason, people like round numbers, 2s, 3s, 4s. So you'll typically find reactions around that. Now the thing here is, do I look to trade more and potentially damage or evaporate some of the profits I've made? I've got 8p green. Or do I look to squeeze some more out of the market? Now, I haven't been concentrating on this as much as I should because I'm yammering away rather than being active. Oh, okay, it's pushing that price up. No, I'm not too happy with that. No, I'm making silly moves. I was trying to fade that. So fading is going counter trend. I did, and got to stop doing, things like that unnecessarily. So what I was trying to do is just trade the pullback. It is happening. So yeah, there's a lot of things happening. I can't explain them as quick as they're happening. But basically, that was starting to move out, which was pushing this in. And you saw from that last trade, what I'd done is tried to short this, so attempt to capitalize on the price moving down. I would have made money off of it. Let me just green this actually. But I decided to scratch it because it's just too much movement. Don't need that much movement to make a profit long term. Like I prefer, like I've done here, great. There's definitely more money could have made out of this, but it's this time factor. It's like an option. It's like an option. If you know the financial markets, then an option has an expiry date. Closer it comes to that expiry, the more risk is involved, in my opinion. That is, some people would view that differently. And there's definitely a lot of volatility. If I wasn't just chatting away, that I would have been able to get. But I've got to be happy with the profit that I've made there, albeit small, but percentage returns is not too bad. I would say, just from historical, working with these stakes, anything above 20p, from a £2 stake, is on the good side, on the higher side. But I'm looking to improve on that over time. So let's just try and concentrate a bit more. 8 minutes to the off. 40 grand matched. Drifting. Steaming. Flat. Let's see if there's any. No, persistent ones. Nope. So the reason I'm clicking on this one here is it just reorders this 1, 2, 3 thing on this software. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. So it just reorders it, the book, for in terms of size of odds. So after a time, by default, what it will do is order them like this. So Betfair starts by having everything in this order in terms of like selections, but it might be, say, something like this. For example, say this came in, then it would mean that it would be shorter odds and then move up in this list, but it doesn't automatically reorder them on the ladder here, or in fact on the one-click page either. So clicking on this just orders everything in terms of highest odds, or sorry, lowest odds to highest odds. Right, shut up. Drifting, coming in, drifting, but sorry, coming in but starting to drift. It's hitting resistance now. So this has been going down, and then it looks like it could be reversing. So starting to drift. So let me get a feel for the heartbeat of this market here. 6 minutes D off. Favouring us to come in. Looks like it's hitting support around this level. These levels here, 2.54, is the same it's seen in the chart with these previous lows here. So it's had trouble getting through that level. Two very similar priced selections here. So they're going to have a very strong inverse relationship on each other, because they're about, what, an estimate 60% of the book. Let's just see. 75% of the book, these two favourites. But they've, and you can see as well, if you were to flip this chart over, it would be a similar shape to this one. And then vice versa, flip this over, it would be, they're almost mirror images, because they have such a strong relationship. Yin and yang going on all over the place, if you want to be philosophical about it. So I'm looking to short this. Got a bit of skin in the game because I'm seeing this drift out.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
And this come in.
5 minutes.
It's going to add to that position, hopefully, if that gets taken. So what I want to see now is this persist to drift, and this persist to come in, taking a partial exit. So I've got 4 overall as my stake. But I've seen this pull back a bit now, so it's struggling to break and make newer lows, but this is still moving out. So let's see what happens. I could be wrong on this, of course, but you know, you've got to have an hypothesis, have a plan, rather than just chasing the numbers all over the place. At least I've got a an idea of what I anticipate to happen, and position myself accordingly. Might be right, might be wrong. Now, I may add to this. I've just gotten out and gotten back. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. I was almost matching my own order there. I saw the drop. I was a bit late in terms of adding to that. Ideally, I would have been heavier in this position, but I've got, you know, a bit of leeway in terms of stop loss. Some money persisting to come in there. This is persisting to drift. That all helps my position. Got a tentative. Got an exit order in there, if you like. And for now, at least, the trade is going in my favour. Just looking for signs of potential reversal. This big chunk of money off out the money here. So if that disappears, then that's probably not going to be, if it comes up onto the touch, that's probably not real. Or they might look to move it down. Yeah, that's real. So it's getting matched. But if that goes, then that could see the price shoot back up that way. So, yeah, okay, cool. 2 minutes to the off, being matched on that. Yeah, my work here is done. It's green on that. Come on. Green me up, baby. So greened up. This has persisted down. Left some money on the table on that one. 2 minutes to the off. Made some profit. Didn't lose money, most importantly. Got out before the off. Yeah, can't complain. So, what have we got? This is now 130, 132, 140. Wow, 330 grand matched with 10 minutes, 9 minutes to the off. This is a big race. So these are the kinds of races that, you know, once scaled up and have a bigger account to work with, or you know, I've proven myself. These are the type of markets where you'd be making some decent change, because the principles still apply that we're working with, you know, smaller stakes. But it just means you can feed more money into the market, have bigger position sizes, and it be able to absorb it. So this is just coming in. This is coming in also. This is drifting. This is a bit choppy with a bias, I'd guess, to coming in. But everything can't be coming in. The maths doesn't allow it. And you can tell as well when there's more money in the market, it's just the line is more dense. It's like a more bold colour because there's more contact points. So it's a highly liquid market. 350 grand matched before the off. So just get a heartbeat for this, see what's going on. Like I said, two top two selections here are both coming in according to the charts, but that doesn't make sense in terms of what I need to see, because if one comes in, one has to be going out. So I'm just trying to figure out. It looks like this one's drifting just because of the previous match money here. This one's coming in. So I'm favouring getting short on this. Put an initial position in there. In fact, I'm going to increase that slightly. Looks like some money come on the other side here. But this has moved down. At the bottom of its range. Looks like it's persisting to make new lows. And this is at the top of its range. So it's like a seesaw. That's the best analogy, really. The seesaw. As this one goes down, this one has to go up. You got the fulcrum in the middle. Yeah. Wait a sec. There's money coming in. Just don't want to be wrong and just too strong on decision here. Wrong and strong, because there is money coming back in on this. Might just thin that out a bit. Put this down to a lower mark. Yeah, that wasn't, in hindsight, if I'd kept that in, I would have met the objective of having partial exit, but I fiddled around because of some of the things I was seeing happening there. But there's persistent money coming in. Look, good $3,000. This is still going out, so really should just hold tight for now. not to panic. Just out the corner of my eye as well, I'm just trying to keep an eye on these other selections. Although these are lower price, so they're going to have a lot less of an impact on the market. Still want to see these drifting. And really, I should have been heavier in this. I've only got a £2 stake overall. Did take a partial exit, but in hindsight, having seen this steam like this, and the quality of this market, probably should have been heavier. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. Oh, some of that money's evaporated there. So I'm just cautious of protecting this capital and looking for this potentially moving in, which would mean
this event will start.
I've just gotten out there. So yeah, you can see the money, or you might or might not be able to see the money started to evaporate, which meant price had a likelihood of moving up again. So rather than lose what I've already gained, tried to play that bit conservative and protect the capital. 4 minutes to the off, 4.5. Looking for potential to perhaps get on the back of this again without jeopardizing what I've already made. Okay. Got a bit of leeway now in terms of break even, and this has started to pull back on a retrace in terms of the chart. I'm just not going to be super greedy on this one. Just try and steal out another tick above what I had previously. May not go in my favour. Fact, I'm going to move this up and back to what see. Now I'm okay leaving this in now, even though this is moving away from me. So I've potentially giving some money back to the market here, because this has started to come in, causing this to drift slightly. The essence of the chart has also changed as well. But yeah, my work here is done on this one. Just screen up on that. There was, there's still downward potential in this, but you can see when initial came in, I mean, I think that was the type of move that saw down to there. This hadn't happened. The market's retraced. It's finding resistance now and then pulling away to potentially make new lows, or at least meet this lowest low previously here, this 2.16. It might find support on this. If it breaks it, then it certainly has a good likelihood of, moving down quite aggressively. But it looks like it's found support on that, because you can see this money now coming in, pushing it higher. But yeah, I mean, that's just a good example of where I made a profit early on, with plenty of time to spare, and then I went in again, and then that potentially affected what I'd already made. So I'm trying to make the have a good balancing point between when to go back into the market to get more. Oh, fuck's sake. Go back into the market to get more, and when to kind of take the money and run, if you like. It's part and parcel of doing these videos, just so I can watch back that kind of stuff to have empirical evidence of what worked and when. So, what we got here? This is a lower quality, but still, relatively good. 9 minutes to the off. You can see how this isn't moving around as much. It's just a bit more stagnant, a bit more sleepy. Well, it's fucking dead at the moment, to be honest. No volume coming in. Go to the chart, you'll see here this isn't really being matched very frequently. or in high amounts. So this is the price here of that anything's being matched out. We'll see some of it's starting to come in, and then obviously the frequency of these green bars as they come in, you want to see that to be basically, you want this to be high amount, and then this to be frequent. So a lot of these coming through, which shows you've got a liquid market that can absorb bigger orders. Let me just see where I'm at on the day. So just looking off screen now for a moment. So started the day with 2 losses, 11p down, 16p down, then came in with a 38p win, 9p win. Not win, just call it profit. It's more. Better reflection of what's going on, and then 15p. So yeah, I'm ahead on the day after 2 losses to start. So 2 losses, 3 wins. So 7 minutes off. Still a bit of a thin market in terms of liquidity and movement. Oh, this is moving though. In fact, I think that might be the second favourite now. Indeed it is. This is breaking support, moving lower. Some more money coming in now. So this is coming. What's just interesting here is coming in to approach 6s. So it might just find, because of the way this has been quite rangy and found support previously, and this has had a tendency to come in, this might bounce off a 6. Well, there is some backing pushing this lower. This has started to drift, so I'm fancying shorting this. Just need to be wary of the timing. So put that in speculatively rather than at the touch there, just to see if I can get a better price on this potentially breaking 6s convincingly and this moving out. It's a bit sticky. Cancelled that at the very last moment there. It's just taking a while to get taken. Ideally, I want to see this when I put an order in, it being snapped up immediately. But it is persisting lower, so I was right on the move. But I saw this move in out the corner of my eye, so it's just there wasn't enough confirming factors. But if it is a true downtrend, then there's going to be a retrace anyway, so there might be a chance to get in on this. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put a order in there at 6s, so I'm anticipating this finds a new lower low, where it's at now, in terms of here and the chart, but then pulls back to create a new lower high in the price.
This event
section.
will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. There's going to be more money coming in now. Next few seconds, it's going to start jumping around a bit more. There we go. But this is coming in, so I'm just going to hands off for a moment, just to see what happens and see if there's an opportunity that presents itself, because some of the things I hypothesized on haven't happened, so there's no point like just being wrong and strong, keeping a position in there. So it's continued to move lower, but this is also started to move lower. Just want it to be as clear as possible. People, some with more experience, might be able to trade this better than me, but I'm not seeing any opportunity really at the moment that I want to have a piece of the action on. 3 minutes to off. I might have to leave this one. On paper, this looks beautiful. Just, you know, downward movement, lower lows, lower highs. But in practice, it's not great. Yeah, it's moving down. Wary of this. If I take a position now, started to move in, which will move this out. So this coming in like this should move this out to retrace, which will give me a better entry point to potentially be short on this. But I'm just wary, I'm just running out of time on this one. Might have to call it a day. Yeah. What? No. So that's a complete reversal, but it's hitting resistances at 7s. So I'm looking for signs of this moving up. Yeah, I mean, I saved a lot from that. See, all the time I was thinking, yeah, it's time to leave this. All the time I was thinking short this because of this moving down. But then there wasn't really good confirmation in what this price should have been doing. Oh,
this
fuck,
event
that's
will
why.
Start in 60 seconds.
This one here is coming in
60
strongly
seconds.
as well, which is going to push this out. Just read all of these. Look, it's even fallen to the third favourite. So this is the one that was looking at. It was second favourite. It's now third. But this is steamed in. This is steamed in, obviously. But yeah, there's nothing left to really think about on this one, other than just contemplate that it was
this event starts
sometimes
in 30 seconds.
not trading is the best trade that you can take. Because I would have been short on that. I would have been managing loss. Yeah, so save myself from losing money.
10 seconds.
So what we got? 07, 47, 48. So 55 is the next one. What did these do? So just doing some stuff off screen here. So yeah, that last one was just a good example of to wait for confirming factors before taking a position. So what we got? So we got the Lingfield 155, 6 furlong. Furlong, how far is a furlong? Alexa, how far is a furlong in meters?
1 furlong is about 201 meters.
Huh. There you go. So this is coming in. This is drifting. Be favouring to. Ooh, it's hitting support. So if it breaks that support, 2.3 should move aggressively. There we go. Got some skin in the game, but it didn't persist. It broke it because that was an all-time low. But it didn't follow through. It's pulled back within its range. This is still moving out, Stuart, so I wanted to add to that. I was talking away where I actually wanted to add on to it, but this is continuing to drift, so I'm going to just come in pretty heavy on this position.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
Put some exit trades in. Got one of them matched. Got decent position on this one, but it is starting to retrace as well. So just wary of that. Might need to lighten it. But this is still going out, which is good for this. Still money coming in on this side, which is helping push this down. Big chunk of money there. It's going to help this story. This narrative of it moving lower and persisting with this downtrend. So need it to tick down to take out the second partial exit that I've got in here. Still persistent money coming in. Still drifting. Middle to top of its range on this one, which is good. Yep. So got a lot more leeway now in terms of where break even is. So I could, if I were greedy, enter a new position here to take advantage of that, but I'm just worried there's 3 minutes to the off. That would evaporate. You know, entering a short now would, yeah, there's greater money that I could take off of it, but it would also mean that my stop loss or my break even is brought down as well. So I'm just trying to manage this profit and not see it disappear by just leaving that one position I've got in there and looking to exit the final one manually. Still nothing yet to tell me to get out. There's still money coming through on this side. This is still pushing out. So just holding tight, really. Hold tight. Yeah. Still money coming in. It's being backed in. You can see it in the chart and on the visually in the ladder as well. Still holding tight. 2 minutes to the off. Steaming in. Looks like some of the money might be going. I'm just going to take my money on this one before it reverses on me and evaporates. It could still be legs on this moving down, but I don't know that. And I've made some money. So I am going to green up. 21p, 20p on other selections. All good. Like that. Comme ça, mon ami, comme ça. Right. So, next one. How many longs left on that one? 1 minute 30 on the off until the off. Look, just out of curiosity, this has started to bounce back. So if I'd been greedy on that, and for example, if I'd been green on that, tried to add to that position, then I'd be probably dealing with a loss at the moment. If I hadn't exited, then my profit would have been lost, less, I should say. So with 1 minute to the off, I'm, all in all, quite happy with how that turned out. So that will be the next consecutive win on the day. How many would that be? 55 through. Sorry, just looking at stuff off screen here. 55 at 48. One, two, three. So let's have a look at what's going on. 11 minutes to the off. Is that really the next one? Oh shit, no. 2 o'clock's the next one. God, these happen very fast. So this one is 35 grand. 5 minutes to the off. Not great in terms of matched volume. Compare that to one of the ones we had back where it was like, where is that? I think it was it Chelmsford? It was like 300 grand, so 10 times the amount there. This is coming in. This is finding resistance, really. Slight drift. Just broke through 4s, which is why this has started to accelerate. Might come pull back and find resistance off of that and move lower. But it's quite thin in terms of the money. I'm seeing the volume there. So it is moving lower, but nothing else is really moving out. Let's just reorder these. Oh, this is approaching 5s. I mean, potentially be short on this because it's just going to find support off of 5s, which will push it higher and then push this in. But it's just thin. It's not. See, rather than like double-digit, single-digit numbers on these different price levels, I want to see, you know, triple-digit to thousands in an ideal world. Of course, because I'm using lower stakes, then, you know, I could viably still read it that way and trade it, but I'm trading as if I were using to make the approach scalable, and to train myself for that. I'm thinking as if I were using bigger stakes, so taking similar positions, so that when I do scale up, the transition will be easier, not too much of a shock. There we go. There's big money coming in. It's probably going to drift that. Okay, what I'm going to do is lay this rather than back this, because I've got a feeling that that 5 is going to act as a decent level of support. Oh. If it breaks 5s, then that's not good, and there's money coming in as well. So I might just need to 5-2. This is going out as well. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's a shitload that went on there, really. But basically, yeah, I can't be, there's a few things that went on, but I can't even remember everything that happened to give the order of how to explain that. But yeah, I didn't lose money. So I've just greened that up now at 3s, 13p, sorry, each. But yeah, the intuitive.
This event will start in 60 seconds.
I guess going
60
back.
seconds.
Oh, shut up. So they're going back. This was coming in. That was the main thing. This was steaming in, and this, I felt, because this was coming in, this is obviously going to move out, and I just felt there was a bit more context for the trade in that this moving out, it was the time I got in, it was around 5, so it was finding support there, and that was a good reference point because of that psych
This
level.
event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
5 being a psych level means that it's gonna bounce off of that. Sorry, can't spend too much time explaining that. Let's get on to the next race. Yeah, but I mean, it's all there as evidence of what I said. Just rewind the bloody tape when it's on YouTube if you're interested. Coming in, but finding support, drifting, consolidating, just broken 4s, so likely to move down. So be looking for this to pull back if I'm going to get on the back of it, and for this to then move out. 6 minutes to the off. So sorry, just calling out really what my thought process is, vocalizing it. Not always complete sentences, I'm afraid. But I'm favouring the short on this. I'm just going to wait to get a bit of a context of what. So this is going to find, hopefully, resistance on this. Alright. So, shit, no. Wait. Thin that out. Thin that out. Yeah, I was a bit hasty on that. That wasn't... That was... I need to get my composure on this one. That was a bad move. So how do I manage this? So find a resistance at 4s. This is coming in, which could push this higher. So I need this to come out. Break 5s ideally. Yeah, that was a hasty entry. And that's an easy way for you to just give money back to the market. Just losing one lapse of concentration and it can fuck everything up. But hey, it's warts and all, just to show how...
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
How easy it is to mess stuff up if you don't concentrate. So I'm going to stop yammering and just focus a bit more on what's going on. Trying to thin out this position. So rather than 4s, have 2s. So I've taken a tick loss on that, but it's thinned out the position, meaning that the adverse move against me isn't going to be as great in terms of loss. You can see how thin that there, that I took a tick loss because I got in at 3.8 and got out at 3.85, but I'm still anticipating a break, which is why I've left some of the position in for that. I'm just waiting for... I wouldn't say anticipating a break because there's nothing really fundamentally here that's saying that could break that level of support that is found. I'm speculating. It's more of a speculation on there being a break down rather than up, which is why I've lightened the position because it's not as obvious that that might happen. So it might go in my favour, it might not. Two minutes to the off. It's breaking fours. And this is coming in. I'm going to put this to break even. Willing to hold the position for a bit longer. Willing to take a loss. But there's enough time just to see if the market might give me the opportunity to break even. Just have to trade responsibly. So it might find support as it comes back into fours. Move off again. This is nearing the top of its most recent range. So I want this to drift. Of course, what I want and what the market does are two completely different things. Almost 1 minute. Could get matched on this. So I'm hovering over this to potentially drag it up.
This event will start in 60 seconds.
To the market price.
60 seconds.
There's that big chunk of money that came in that I didn't like the look of. So just tried to go in front of it.
This event starts in 30 seconds.
Big
In
chunk of
30
money again
seconds.
there, pushing it up. So it needs for that to, yeah, look at that.
10 seconds.
C'est la vie. Could have had a loss, a lower loss there. But yeah, I was just trying to see if the market would, you know, it wasn't on an infeasible level that I had my exit trade at. So it wasn't stupid, like if I'd had it down there expecting great, you know, lower lows to continue. That would have been stupid, but it was a sensible enough level to anticipate the price to move to. It's just it didn't do it. And so, you know, incurred a loss. But hey ho, next. Not happy about it, not sad about it. It's just another trade. Oh, look at these odds. Bloody hell. 7s, 6s, 8s. Right, I'm just going to pause this a sec. Mute this. Right.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I'm back. So, not much happening here that I can see. I mean, he's a... Whoa, okay. Didn't notice that before. It's almost come up to 1 million matched probably by the end of this. But he's... yeah, I didn't clock the liquidity in this. 5 minutes to the off. Very big odds. But a shit ton of liquidity. Very rangy. This would be something really possibly to make markets on. So like scalping the market here, because there hasn't been definitively some of them have come in, but when I say make markets, what you're doing like a market maker in terms of basically taking a tick out the market on the bid and on back and lay side, or bid and offer if you think about financial markets. Looks like it could come in. Wait. I'm not really concentrating. I'm just going to cancel that and just recompose myself here. There's a few things going on off screen. Yeah, let's just take a step back. Just think for a moment. It certainly looks like it's trending down, but running out of time. So yeah, I mean, if in an ideal world, what you would do is all day long, which if I'd seen this earlier and been more just vigilant, it's really a case of you feed in the back there, then the lay there, especially if it's in this range. You've seen there's about 100 grand being matched in this market. I'm so tempted to. So here, okay, so there's been about 100 grand matched in this market just at these two odds. So you can just, if it's quite a sticky market, it's not going anywhere, it's very rangy, no definitive movement, but there's lots of money, you can just feed in to both sides, sometimes at the same time. Scratch that. Okay. Perfect example of not paying attention properly, and this is what happens. Or doing silly trades. I was trying to scalp and make markets there. Now I've got 1.5 minutes to go, and there's a good likelihood I'm gonna have to take a loss on this and give money back to the market rather than just sit on my hands. But you know, that's the punishment really. That's my own fault.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
So I can't blame anyone but myself on that. And if you're doing this, you've got to have the same mentality. So I'm just going to bring up video. So now I've got to disaster manage this.
He's down at the bottom of the weights. Adrian Heskin takes the ride on him.
Seconds.
He's got an encouraging run under his belt over hurdles recently.
What a race it is, as you heard from Martin. The lineup for this is potentially, or it is indeed, in terms of the potential it possesses, as good as we can remember in recent times. Mr. Fisher at the top, Nicky Henderson worried a bit about the ground.
10 seconds.
So that's 2 lapses in concentration, giving money back to the market. So Yeah, you can see from that one, I wasn't really properly. It was a silly trade. Should have just left it. Should have just left that. I was trying to scalp it, seeing that this amount of money, 100 grand, to be matched at these levels. If I was in earlier, this would be a more viable approach, right? So you just back and then lay, back and then lay. But the enemy here was time. It was just ticking down as well. Didn't have enough time to maneuver. Market moved against me, and then had to manage that loss. So, Mia Kalpa. So yeah, you will get punished for lapses of concentration or silly moves. Might get lucky now and again, but we need to keep your wits about me. So let's go into this one now. And that's the other thing. Like, at the end of the day, it swings and roundabouts. So I did make a loss on that one. I've made a few wins so far. Net, I think I'm still up on the day, but it's just a couple of lapses of concentration has led to what could have been bigger wins or not losing money. So we've got a odds-on favourite. Looks like it's been coming in, found consolidated and now drifted. Second favourite looks like it's coming in to steam. So how do we play this? 6 minutes to the off. Plenty of money in the market being matched. Favourite is drifting. I'm favouring potentially shorting this, going on the backside on this one, second favourite. Just reorder those just in case. So I'm anticipating, the premise of this is that the favourite is going to continue to drift, and this is going to continue to come in. In fact, move that down. Oh. So I saw that big jump up at the corner of my eye on that, which means that I adjusted my my stop loss or my take profit on this here, because that would correlate to that big move there would mean a shift in this most likely. So
this event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Oh, it's approaching 2, so there could be a retrace. So just being a bit more conservative on the take profit there for the first position. So as it approached 2s, what I was anticipating is that it would stall and then obviously push this back up and this would come back in. So I went for a lesser profit overall. So thinned out the position, which has meant I've still got money in the game for a bigger move, just less of it. And I've now got a bit more leeway in terms of where my break even is. So now with 4 minutes to the off, I'm just looking to ride this down for as long as possible. And hopefully come out on top with a profit. And then green up with plenty of time to go. So it's broken 2s, which is helpful for this, pushing it down. Retracing, big movements there. Some of that money's evaporating, my profits are evaporating. Not panicking too much, because price never will move in one straight line. It will be, it will move and then it will pull back. If it's going up, it will pull back. If it's going down, it will go back up and then move down, create new lows. So this is at the moment creating lower lows and lower highs. Just trying to time this exit though. So I'm hovering over the market price for the lay. So I've got a net position of 2. So I'm kind of following this here to exit at the market price, which will execute immediately. Some more money coming in here, pushing this down. That's helpful. That's helpful. This making new highs here. And this is another similar one where you can see because these are quite similarly priced, you can see the inverse relationship. This going up is like if you flip this over, it's going to be similar to this chart here, moving down. So they're inversely inverse relationship, mirror images almost. What we got? 2 minutes to the off. Is there a reason to exit yet, other than I'm in profit? Oftentimes that's not, I mean, it can be. If you've got a profit target saying, oh, I want to hit this level, that can be a viable exit. But I'm trying to see if there's a reason to be out. So I'm trying to see if there's something in the market that's telling me that it's going to stall and reverse before exiting. And that can be helpful in getting bigger profits, but you can also see profits evaporate with that strategy. Time is also another factor in terms of exit, which I think is going to be the one in this instance. Yeah, going to be conservative. Time for me was the reason to get out here, and seeing this move in. So yeah, that's why these videos are helpful. It's really to see over the long run what could be a better strategy for exit.
This event will start in 60 seconds.
Should I have a profit target? So if it hits, I don't know, 20p or whatever, percentage you're working on, then exit. Should it be, wait for reversal signs, which potentially you could see much bigger profits in the long run, but also, some of that profit given back. This
event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
That's why I do this at these levels now, really, just to get more experience in the market, so I can at least have a repertoire of choices going forward in terms of coming up with an overall strategy. So what we got? 7 minutes to the off, 80 grand matched. Favorite come in, gone out, finding resistance at these prices here. So these kinds of levels look like they're acting like resistance at the moment. Just reorder this just in case. This one here, drifting. Yeah, I'm not sure which one to favour here, really. I would say, but as a punt, to short this because of the previous levels that we've had here, contact points here, here, here. It could fall away. That's just conjecture, really, until there's better confirming evidence. In fact, look, it looks like it's breaking higher. So, So I've been looking at this potential reversal here. Oh shit, I've got out break even on that. Just need a few ticks. So I was looking at this. Looks like it's coming in. it can be deceiving as well because of the way these charts are created.
This event will start in 5
this erratic
minutes.
movement here,
5 minutes.
I get the sense that if this was if there'd been less volatility in terms of the range that it's moved over, that this would actually look more like a trend moving down. So if I could zoom in on that, but I can't. So I was favouring the short on that, and I saw this moving out, which led to me taking that position that you saw. So I'm waiting for signs of reversal, so this moving up again, and then money coming in on this side to potentially short again, or back, in terms of, there we go. Wait, did I? Oh, fuck it. I just didn't make money on that one, on that tick. So that was unnecessary. Like, see, I backed and laid at the same bloody price. I was trying to steal a tick. This is moving out, so this is going to help this position. 3 minutes. 11 green, 10p green. Do I want to enter a new position now? Could be a bit close to the wire. You know what? Learn from my mistakes. I'm going to green on this. I do feel that this could have some movement down, but I'm just running out of time to act on that. And it'll be an easy way to give money back to the market. And that's not just, I mean, I'm not, I mean, one way to just weigh things up is there have been losses that I've made today, but you can see the decisions that I'm making aren't really different in terms of, what am I trying to say? I'm not letting that affect me. So in terms of the I'm trying to learn from the decisions in terms of the timing of the entries and exits. So in terms of, you know, not letting it run past 2 minutes or 3 minutes if I've made a profit, etc. But overall, it's not a case of, oh shit, I've got to make that back, I've got to double up here, or, you know, I've got to get back money that I've lost. That's not really the mentality. I'm happy to well, not happy, but willing to take a loss if needs be, and just move on to the next one. And just learn from the previous trades. So we've got, it looks like a very thin market. These are the ones that I'm talking about that you see in the week where there's like 30 grand matched, 5 minutes to the off. It looks like there's some coming in, but it's generally quite thin. Even gaps in the market. Look, gaps at the prices. In a liquid market, each of the prices will have you know, some money on them. So when you see these gaps like that, and it's just single-digit numbers, the money's not really going to. The market's not really going to be able to absorb bigger stakes. So I'll give this another couple of minutes just to see if there is more activity that comes in. This has come in. This is hitting resistance. It hasn't moved higher than these 4.8, 4.7 where most of it's been matched. So yeah, that's just some observations. I'd be favouring this to continue to come in, but there's nothing really that's that I'm seeing in terms of the money that I'd want to see. So this might be one just to sit on hands and do nothing. Do nothing. Yeah, look, it's moving, but it's not. There's nothing, there's no oomph behind it. No power.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yes, I mean, these are moving around, so there's... I guess if you want to get technical, it's like... it's got... No, I won't go into that. I won't go into that. So... let me just see when the next one is, because my time might be better spent having a longer time on a better quality market. So the next one's at 14.42. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go on to that. So this is 35 grand, but with 10 minutes left, whereas the other one was 5 minutes left and 25 grand. So this has the potential to be a higher quality race, but still very far off. Very far off from the start. So just need to hold tight. Hold tight, family. Wait for some money to come in. While that's doing that, I'm just gonna do some stuff off screen as well. Oh god, late nights are killing me. So, what we got? Three. Okay, so just looking back at the screen now. So what we're seeing. So this one is. This one looks like it's clearer that it's just coming in, and this is drifting. Broken threes, so if this continues to drift, that threes could be acting as support, producing that higher low. So do I want to lay this or do I want to back this? Well, I do favour backing rather than laying. There's not that much money coming through. I do favour backing rather than backing first and then laying after. Simply because, I mean, just to squeeze every bit of profit out, it means that as the price moves lower, when you green up, you're typically gonna have a higher amount that's greened. But hey, it depends what. I'm not adverse to laying first either. It just depends on what's there. Now, if this finds support at freeze, this is going to be a good price to get in at. I am going to put a bit of a punt in that this is going to bounce off a freeze and continue with its trend outwards. So let's see if I'll be proven right, and if it does, then I'm going to possibly add to the position. So it is a bit of a speculative trade, but, which is why I'm quite light in terms of the position size. This is building up here to push lower, so we go. All right. That's the confirmation. Oh, and I missed the bigger position being put on. Scheiße. Oh God. So no, okay. I mean, I've got decent position on this. Enough time as well. So it done what I wanted. I could have just taken that money off the table when it done that bigger move. It was too slow. But this is some of the action that I'm trying to see. It found support of 3, pushing this higher, pushing this lower. But now it's gone adversely against me. Got a 4 net stake in there. Just try and make money in that. Yes. I think this is this one coming in. That's pushing this out. Let's reorder these. Oh, this is now the favourite. So what I've done there is just reorder them, just in case there's been any steamer that's come in that I hadn't noticed. But got a partial exit in there, so now it's just looking to manage this now and not see that profit evaporate. Not looking to add any new positions now because I've got a safety net of a stop loss or a break even up here, and adding a new position will affect where that stop is. It will bring break even down to these types of levels. So I'm just trying to manage that risk by looking for or manage the exit now.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
By
5 minutes.
Seeing this drift is what I want to see. See this one drift as well, ideally, which will bring this in. Continue to steam. And exit at market, most likely. Well, actually, let's put a very speculative exit in all the way down there. And of course, this approach might need to change with bigger stakes because £2 is very nimble. Actually, I'm gonna. So £2 is quite nimble, so like it's quite easy to get out of market. So what that means when I press 2 here, it's matching. Gotta be careful I don't enter a position inadvertently. But when I press, the reason I hover over this, so when this was going down and I was looking to exit manually at market, what I mean by at market is take the best available lay price. So when I click on this here, it's matching. I'm just going to take my finger way off the left click. When I click here, it matches to what's here. So if I click £2 here, it's going to take off £2 off of whatever's available there. So if I had bigger stakes, let's say it was 500 quid that I was trying to exit at market, and there's only £72 on there, it would only be a partial fill. So it would take off. So just make it round numbers. Let's say it was 100 there, 500 I wanted to take off. It would take off, match 100, but then leave 400 on the book, and then the price might move away from that. So with bigger stakes comes less mobility, less flexibility to move. You're a bit more of a big bloody elephant rather than a nice light cheetah. I don't know how light cheetahs are. Point is, you can be fast and nimble with smaller stakes, and you're a bit of a big and heavy with bigger stakes. Which is why in some of those bigger markets that we saw earlier, that's why you can be a big fucking elephant, because everyone else is whatever's bigger than an elephant. I don't know. Mixed pretty bad metaphors or analogies that I'm coming out with here, but hey, I'm not here to teach. Next one here is 1450. I mean, thinking back on that, I mean, some of the races where I've been a bit more under pressure is where I think there's been, I'll need to look back on this, but I think it's been like 5 minutes till the off. Whereas these ones where it's been like 10 minutes or so, I think I've got an intuition that I've done better, but I'll need to look at the numbers rather than just finger in the air. We like facts. Facts, actual facts, not speculation. So just reorder these. These are quite high priced. I think this is the same. So this is Cheltenham again, which is why we've got a. Normally, when you see these higher priced selections, there's probably going to be less volume on it. But because this looks like quite a high quality race, there's a shit ton of volume coming in. With 8 minutes to the off, ton of matched orders, but still quite high odds that haven't really moved. And you see the mistake I made last time was trying to make markets on this, as we're seeing here, but it was too near the off. So I'm going to try that again. Hopefully it's not going to fuck me over. I'm actually going to put 2 orders in the market at the same time. So this is just out and out market making. Because there's enough time in the market, I feel that there's enough possibility of both of them getting matched without too much volatility coming in to move shit. And in fact, if the US president, I made money, or I've got hedged money just by doing this on the US presidential election. Just the market, it's the most liquid market I've ever seen on Betfair. So I've got matched on that. I'm hoping to get matched on this. This is my order here. There's 368 needs to go from this for me to get matched. But yeah, sorry, I digress. So going back to the US markets, the US presidential, because there's just so much money in there, all I'd done all day long was just buy, just make markets. So this has gone against me. I've got a decent position size. I do have the option to scratch it. Will I live to regret it? Just coming, getting ready to potentially scratch. I'm just going to scratch this. Yeah, sorry, had to concentrate there. So scratch that. I just don't know how to trade these markets. A more experienced trader would do, but I mean, my intuition there was just to make markets on this one. The thing with the presidential market, and why that was so easy to make markets on, I just had literally a grand bank on that, just backing Biden and then laying, just rinse and repeat over and over again, obviously avoiding when potentially volatile times might be, so before like the debates that they had. But I don't know a shit ton about politics, but I just saw the liquidity in that market and it seemed like a pretty no-brainer in terms of what the markets were doing. It was moving within very tight ranges, and the thing that's different to this is the time frame was much longer. I mean, I started in September just making markets, and yeah, I think it's about 660 million to date on that market that's been matched, which is insane. It's like two thirds of £1 billion pounds matched, which is just amazing.
This event
volume.
will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
But yeah, if I was earlier to this, maybe that would have been a play. Even here, I would have got matched on that easy, but it's just too easy for the price to move off on me in either direction. A breakout, especially this near to things. So I think the way to trade these, if I were to think in hindsight, if I knew Cheltenham's were coming up, it's probably getting there a bit earlier, maybe 20 minutes to the off. But now you're starting to see breakouts, right, on this one here, and it's been like that for ages. It's been within that range for ages. It's only just breaking out. So yeah, I don't know, if I was on this earlier, maybe just make markets on it. It's just moving a very different way. I'm gonna just move on from this actually. As much opportunity as I can see in that, it's not what I'm familiar with for now. So stick to what I know for now. So I am 46p up on the day. Doesn't sound much, but what I'm looking at is my strike rate, whether I've traded well. So, you know, have I exited trades? So in time, this is approach. I mean, all right, it's just as a finger in the air. Say that was 10 times as much. 46 quid on the day. Wouldn't be too bad. Obviously with a higher bank, but that's not really the way to think about it, because there's no staking plan in place at the moment. But yeah, the main focus is, it's good to dream in terms of what is possible, but we'll keep it real at the moment. The main focus is in just having a decent I guess strike rate, so win to losses, be consistent with that, stick to the rule of getting out before the off, and then level up, upgrade in terms of up in the stakes. Undecided as to how I'm gonna level up in terms of the next staking level. Might just times it by like increase my bank and then increase it by, I don't know, 10-fold. Still work with say 20s rather than 2s. Might have a proper staking plan in place. Not sure yet. Stop jabbering now. I'm just going to look what's going on in terms of opportunity. Still quite a way till the off. This is come in now, drifting, choppy, very sideways. Yeah. Yep. Coming over to 6s. So could find resistance off of that, seeing how choppy this is and move down and how much has been matched previously. But there's not much money on this book, so just wait. This book isn't particularly tight as well. Be looking for, as this comes closer to the 5-minute mark, more money comes in, and you'd see that going near to 101, 100. Well, it won't be 100, but yeah, nearer to 100. Just have the chart up here to visually see how much money is actually coming in. So I use this sometimes. It's a custom setup that I have just to, if I'm seeing the prices move, and it's just to get a secondary confirmation. So I want to see lots of green bars coming frequently in at higher amounts. But typically without looking at that, you can kind of get a sense of that anyway, because these numbers will start moving about and this will start to increase, these bars along the right. And yeah, it's just a hassle to like, your focus should be on here and possibly here. So to look all the way over here it just doesn't help. It's, you know, I don't have independent control over my my eyes. I'm a fighter jet pilot, so that's why I have everything kind of in line here. So these static charts underneath are useful because I don't need to avert my gaze anywhere else other than within this column, and then use my peripheral vision to see what's happening on the other ones. So this is coming in, making new lows. This is pushing out, at least for now, hitting resistance and coming back in. Okay, I'm going to jump on. My hypothesis is this is hitting resistance against the 6, and it's going to come back in. So I was right, just trying to increase that position, but I don't want to be too greedy on that because it's not a trend. It is just a bounce that I'm anticipating. So I need to see this drift. No, I scratched that. I need to enter again. And I was right. Scheiße. Would have made the few ticks there, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. I don't know what's going on. I know nothing, brother. Don't know what's going to happen. I can only take responsibility for what happens in real time. And how I manage the positions. This is looking like it's breaking that resistance now, so might be looking to, in fact, get on this as this comes down. And although I'm looking at multiple selections, I would, you know, if I was starting out, I mean, I'm not a newbie, I'm not advanced, like either, like it's novice. But if I was a newbie starting out, I wouldn't really be thinking, I wouldn't advise looking at multiple selections, just looking, you know, at one and having that be your focus. That would be my advice. Take it or don't. It's no problem for me, man.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
So
5 minutes.
I've increased my position size on this because I'm slightly more confident of it potentially moving down and this moving out. I've still got this position in there. It's getting filled, so I've got quite a heavy position. Just going to look to take a cheeky tick, ideally, but also have a bigger position in for potential move down. This has still got some pressure hitting resistance there, so that's good for this position, but just wary of the time as well. 4 minutes. Got about an extra tick in terms of leeway and break even now. I may add to it again if I see some convincing moves elsewhere or money coming in. I am tempted here. Alright. It's gone against me. C'est la vie. But there's still fundamentally, all that's done so far, it hasn't really reversed. It's created a higher, a lower high. So it's retraced with the view to potentially move lower. As I said, price doesn't move in one straight line. It oscillates. This is starting to move out, so I'm happy to keep this position in. Can't see any other things moving, but this is persisting with its downward trend. So looking to partial exit there, got filled. Still got a net position of 4 on this. Close to getting that second filled. Okay, so past 3s, which is good. Broken that psych level. Might find resistance off of that before moving back down again, now that it's broken it. So just trying to get a quick glimpse of what's going on here. So I want to see this move out. So it looks like it could be finding resistance off of 3. So just trying to finesse the exit here. Yeah, take my money and run. I just felt there was more pressure coming up. 1 minute to go as well. Just it broke 3. It's found
this
support. You can see
60 seconds. 60 seconds.
In the chart there, this low here and this low there. Came through, came back, found resistance, but now it's done. I mean, if that was a stock market or Forex, I'd probably be looking at it as a double bottom. If you want to look into like chart patterns, double bottom is a reversals pattern. The price comes down, hits it, pulls away, pulls down, and then goes away to a potential reversal.
This event starts in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds.
So yeah, I think I played that relatively well. I think I got out near the bottom. So what? It got to 292, and I got out 305. So yeah, no win.
10 seconds.
It went down to there. I got out there. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I think that's the biggest trade of the day so far. A whole 49p. Yeah. Not going to place the order for the Lambo just yet. So. We've got Lingfield. Odds on favourite. Odds on is when it's less than 2s. It's been steaming. This here has been quite flat, hitting resistance. Drift on this one. Drift on this one, which is understandable because this has come in. 5 minutes see off. Now intuitively would like to back this, but this has been coming in quite a bit. And just from experience, I feel that in the like nearer to the off on odds on favourites, there is a tendency for it to potentially reverse, but that is just speculation. Just got to read what's there rather than read into it too much and create ideas around stuff that isn't there. I mean, I'm trying to build a story, right, a narrative around what I know, how markets move, and that's really all it is. It's just trying to build a story around it, around what the prices are doing, and just not falling in love with that story to the point of
This event will start in 5 minutes.
not being not being ready to, you know, rip up my story and start afresh. What's happening here? Oh, I didn't even check. So yesterday I done a recording and done a like 3-hour recording and didn't have the mic turned on, which is completely fucking stupid. And I just had a thought there that I hadn't set up the mic again. Fortunately, have a recording in session. Just looking off screen at the moment, so not paying attention to what's happening. But I really should be. What, 3 minutes to the off? Drifting, coming in. 160 grand matched. What am I doing? Just for... No, I'm getting out of some silly. Let me... hopefully the market's going to let me get out. Stupid trading. What the fuck are you doing, Ray? So, just got out of that. Yeah, I was anticipating this movement. I was seeing some movement on this going up, but it's just like my head wasn't in it really. So, scratch the trade rather than trying to be wrong and strong. And just move on to the next one where there's a bit more time to maneuver. That would have been an easy way if I had, I mean, the old days I might have just stuck in on that, right? And be holding a position now that's gone against me. Only 2 minutes left. Made some profit on the day, be giving that back. And again, that's that. Yeah, I said it from the beginning. These odds-on favourites that seem to come in, or you know, and by the 5 to 10 minute mark has still been coming in, have a tendency just to. This is my feeling. I need to look at enough more of these, but my feeling is that when you see them come in that much, they have a tendency then to drift. In that last few moments before the market opens. But yeah, I mean, thinking of that and then making a strategy around that are two different things. I'm not gonna, you know, put money on just to that assumption. Need evidence. Wow, this is a pile of doo-doo, mate. Look at this. 20 grand matched, 6 minutes to the off, patches in the book, no money, range bound. Let's just reorder these just in case. Yep. This is where I say, unless there's money coming in soon, this is a poor quality race. I'm just tempted to say fuck that and move on. Yeah. Might even call it a day. I mean, I'm ahead at the moment. Typically start to see fatigue around this time, or start to make losses. How long have I been on? Where's Where's the bloody clock on this thing? It's about 2 hours. What's the P&L? So, anything left to settle? $49. So, today, let's go back over what I've done today. So, let's put on the old deeper voice. Started today with a loss of minus £11p. Went on to another loss of 16p. Came back with 38p. Next race 9p. Next race after that 17. Next after that 9. Next after that 21p. Then 13p. Then 2 losses that came through, one at minus 26, one at minus 30, and then another win at 11, and another win at 11p. Another win at 13p. And most recently, another win at, still going, but another win at 49p. Fantastic. Puts me on a profit a day. That would be £1.18. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna call that a day for now. I may come back later, but typically start to see fatigue in terms of lapse of concentration at around this time. I've just noticed from previous days, so I'm just trying to shorten the trading day and not do as much because it can be easy to give profit back. So quit while I'm ahead in this instance. Yeah, so likely be back tomorrow, Sunday, so see how that's going, or perhaps later on today after I've had a bit of a break. See you guys, bye.